And what was it like to see them there, actually helping the young men? And what did you see in that bond, that relationship, that these young men, their reaction and interaction with these guys that were, helping them?
So what I'll say is like the majority of the day is all about the young men. But we make sure our event is all inclusive, so it's something for the whole family. So while the young men had their day, the moms had what we call a moms chat. And so I brought in like licensed psychologists, financial analysts, I brought in um, workout professionals to give them different ways that they can, come together as mothers to help other mothers. And so they had their whole day. So when we got to the finale, which is the end part where we do the ties, I don't think there was a woman in there without tears in their eyes because just the sense of accomplishment of them actually learning how to tie the tie, them interacting with men, mostly men that look like them. Yes. And so one of our big goals was to make sure we brought everyday guys in. So yes, we get support from the NFL Alumni Association, but for this event, my main focus is for our young men to see men that look like them, that came from neighborhoods that they came from, that work everyday jobs. So teachers, plumbers, electricians, accountants, just regular everyday people that might be in positions that we don't even consider because all our kids see is what's on social media, and that's athletes. So I want them to see everyday people, and for us, like I said, it was probably the proudest moment. I don't think that we have tissue at the finale for that purpose because the women are always so emotional because it's like, wow, most of these young men don't have a father figure. They don't have a male role model. They're, not really spending that little bit of time with somebody where they can get that, here, this is how I got here type of conversation.
Okay, and so you have the event, and you're not really established as a nonprofit organization at this point.
Not at that moment, no, we were not.
And so then, what made you say, "Wow, okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and set up the organization"? And then, where did the name 1,000 Ties come from?
So the 1,000 Ties name came because I was trying to think. So I got into this competition. I have to go back a little bit. So I started my actual career in this community as a philanthropist in an Accelerate competition with the Cleveland Leadership Center. And so for those that don't know, this competition is for everyday people that want to do things to improve or impact our community, but you don't have the funding or the resources or the connections. And so you get in this competition. The application opens up in October, so be on the lookout because I was the first woman to win this competition. So I'm talking about kicking in doors and creating opportunities for everybody to be able to come and get their visions in front of people that you might not necessarily get in front of. And so I actually was going to pitch the 1,000 Ties in this second time because I won the first time in 2017. I won education category for my consulting firm, Getting Our Babies to College 101. And so the 1,000 Ties came 2 years later. And so I decided to put it in there, but I had to come up with a great name. And so I'm like, well, if we can get the community to donate 1,000 ties, then maybe we can help 1,000 boys. But in no way did I ever think our first year we collected 5,000 ties.
Wow.
So I partnered with the Cleveland Public Library, and what they allowed us to do was to put donation boxes in some of their branches so that the community could also be a part of the work. So your part is you're going to your closet, you're getting those newer gently used ties, and some people just go buy ties. And you drop them off, and then we use those ties with our young people, and they get to keep the ties. And so that was a way for us to bring in the whole community. So yes, we're in front, we're in the event, we're hands on, but the community is also making a huge impact by donating these ties. And so those partnerships allowed us, at this point, I think we're probably up to about 30,000 ties. So we still, now is you can go to any Cleveland Public Library and donate. We have 2 retailers that you can go to. Our Favorite Things Boutique, she is amazing on Larchmere. You can drop off ties. People can ship ties. We get ties from out of state. Like people everywhere are becoming a part of this movement.